team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You hating cause I on the wrist. But I bet you wanna be famous, They LA they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch.
Since I blew, they all on my hey, back then they know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crap.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Jahan, where are these? Watch the slap. Gun. You go, Jahan.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Loss of 1 brings up third down and 11.
We're going to work. We're going to work. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check.
On third down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Don't get nervous. Hey, Steamer.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And some room to roam now. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now Cook running right. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now Joe Mixon. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Now Dalton with a first and 10. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Mike 5-4, Mike 368. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cam. Hey, Charlie.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready? Max 50, Max 50. Cut.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Cousins on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Easy.
3rd and long for Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. The business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a run with Cook, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Go ahead.
They'll run for it with Cook, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bailey got the extra point. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Check 52.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Not today. Gun. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Here we go.
Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
57, come on. I got you.
First down. Here's Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Gun. Here we go.
To the air again, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Passing, it's Dalton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Regular. Hey, Steve 6. Check right 54. Right 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
On third down, Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Looking to throw on second down. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Brings up third down.
Cousins from the gun on third. And Diggs has it. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Cousins, and the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. Open man as Thielen is complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You ain't doing nothing today. Black. Here we go. Bring the energy.
Cousins now from the 50. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jordan Evans picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throw left side on target to Thielen. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a man open down the middle of the field. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins, he'll find Thielen working the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 34 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. They got the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On the run, it's Mixon. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 22.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loops. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Shamar Stephen busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he's going to go down again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Cousins to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Big spot. Andy Dalton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Dalton wants to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Can. 80 weapon. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
All right, here's Dalton. Being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 22. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
He'll look to throw, and he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Finding Green complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's back to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 44-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense.